Hi, in this video I'll show you how to issue and auto-renew a Let's Encrypt SSL certificate for a website running on Windows Server with IIS using WinAcme when the server is behind NAT and Proxmox. We'll troubleshoot the classic connection refused error and fix the NAT rules properly. Here's the topology. We have a public NAT gateway. I'll call it NAT host, which has the public IP address. Behind it, inside the private network, we have a Windows VM running IIS. I'll call it WinVM. The website domain is sub.example.tld. Key point: Let's encrypt HTTP. 01 validation always checks the domain over external port 80. So port 80 must be reachable from the internet. When we try to issue the certificate, WinAcme creates a challenge, and Let's Encrypt tries to fetch http://sub.example.tld/ well-known/acme-challenge/, but the authorization fails with connection refused. First, verify that IIS is configured correctly. We need an HTTP binding on port 80 and an HTTPS binding on port 443 with the correct hostname. Next, we check what WinAcme currently has configured and what happens during renewal. This helps confirm whether the failure is network-related or IIS-related. If the Windows Server is behind NAT, the most common reason for connection refused is that external port 80 is not forwarded to the Windows VM. It's completely fine if the NAT host itself doesn't listen on port 80, as long as DNAT forwards the traffic. In our case, we found that only non-standard ports were forwarded, like 61080 to 80, but port 80 itself wasn't forwarded. So Let's Encrypt hit the public IP on port 80 and got refused. To fix it, we add NAT rules so that external port 80 and 443 are forwarded to the Windows VM, and we allow forwarding in the firewall rules. After this, Let's Encrypt can reach the HTTP challenge and validation succeeds. Now we run WinAcme again. The authorization becomes valid, the certificate is downloaded, installed into the Windows Certificate Store, and the IIS binding on port 443 is updated automatically. A scheduled task is created for auto-renewal. Finally, verify the website over HTTPS from an external network and confirm WinAcme shows a healthy renewal. Important: with HTTP 01, external port 80 must remain reachable for future renewals. Also, make sure your NAT rules are persistent so they survive reboots. That's it. You now have Let's Encrypt SSL working on IIS with WinAcme behind NAT and Proxmox, including automatic renewals. Thanks for watching.